YouTube. What is up? Pocket Profit coming live, coming back with another video. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, a wonderful day, a great day. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Let's see if we can get some people jumping in here. Hopefully we can. It's not quite like 7:30. It's for me 5:30. So I'm kind of trying some different time frames, you guys. Trying to see what seems to be working the best for me and everybody that can show up to one of these live videos. So for me, I'm kind of just jumping all over the place a little bit, checking times, whether it's earlier in the morning, 5:30, 7 o'clock, just trying to get a good idea on what's working good for people and what works good for me as well. So 5:30 was the time for me today, and that's what we went with, and that's what we're going to roll with. So let's see who's all in the chat. Let's see who we got here. We got Jennifer. What is up, Jennifer? Thank you for jumping in. Polo, what's going on, Polo? Thanks for stopping by. Mark, what's going on, Mark? Lauren, what's up? And Mark again. What's going on, guys? How is it going today? I don't know. Tell me what time it is for you guys. I'm curious to know what time, what time of day it is for you guys, and just let me know in the chat, because for me it's 5:30 p.m. so I'm just kind of playing around with the time, see when people are free, when they're not free, when they can hang out, when they can't hang out. And that's kind of what I've been doing lately, is just checking different times, and some things I can only do at certain times. So Polo says, what's up, Deb? Polo says 5:30. Lauren says 5:30. Just listing on eBay. Yeah, I mean, I'm out of focus a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are able to multitask, watch this and listen to this, or list or do some other things that are productive at the same time, I'd recommend it. Very cool. See, what are you listing, Lauren? I'm curious. What do you got? You listing some clothes, electronics? What do you got? What are you selling? I want to know. But yeah, how's everyone doing? I hope you guys are having a fantastic night. I was going to go thrifting today in the cities, but it just, I got home late. I told you guys I was going play some board games last night. I did that. That was fun. I got home late, and I was still planning on going, but I got up early. Felt like there was like no way, and it was like negative 17 degrees outside, and I'm like, today is not the day. Is it an excuse? Yes, it was. Should I have probably gone? Probably, but it just wasn't seeming like the plan. So I worked on merch today, some eBay stuff today, YouTube today. So got a little bit of everything going on. So I still was productive, but I didn't go thrifting like I wanted to today. Just the conditions weren't great for it, you guys. They just weren't. So let me see what we got in the comments here. Lauren says she's listing clothes today. Very, very cool. You can have all the clothes, Lauren. They're all yours. I probably should do more clothes, but I'm just not a huge fan. Like, I like them and I hate them all at the same time. It's just one of those love-hate relationships. So, I mean, I'll do a few pieces here and there, but not as much as maybe before. But you can have them, Lauren. They're all yours. The clothes are yours. Mark says 3:30. Cool, cool. Jennifer said, I found a Robert Graham shirt today. I think I saw that picture. Very, very cool. I think you're asking for the design for it. I have no idea. I wish I knew, but I do not. But yeah, I've only found Robert Graham shirts one time, but I found 3 shirts, and they were priced way crazy high. It was at this really low end, crappy little thrift store that, like, they never price things high. They never really have good enough merchandise to really price anything high. And for whatever reason, they were pricing them at like $35 a piece, and they weren't even like really stylish. They were really plain, blah looking Robert Grahams, and I'm like, no. And that's the only time I've found them before. So that's cool that you had found one. Did you win the game last night? Yes, we did win the game. If you guys aren't on Patreon, you guys should be. You guys should be on Patreon. You should have seen the game I was playing last night. We played a bunch of different ones, but that one is Beezer Weezer, I think is the name of it. It's actually a really expensive game if you guys look it up on eBay or Amazon. Used, it sells for like $70. So I found it. I'm going to sell it. but I wanted to play it first and see if it was worth the value. It's pretty fun though, so I'm probably still gonna sell it, even though it was kind of fun to play. But I think I bought it for like $3 or something like that. So it's kind of hard not to sell it. So I'll probably end up selling it for sure. But yes, I did win. I lost some other games, but I won some other ones. So it was fun. It was a good time. Lauren says, I like shipping clothes, but I hate listing them. Yeah, that's the thing with clothes for me. Like, I'll do them sort of, and like jerseys and stuff, like I'll do that kind of stuff. They're just really easy to see and know that's a jersey, and instead of having to look through every single item and every single one, so like jerseys and things like stick out, I'll look at. But yeah, like listing them kind of sucks, especially if you're doing like going full out like measurements and on the mannequin and front, back, sides, arm length, buttons, all that stuff. So yeah, clothes are they're really good though. Like, I understand why you should do them, but I don't like them as much. I did them in the past, not as much now, but I still will. But it's just, yeah, it's kind of it's a love-hate relationship. But if I find something really good or really cool or it's really cheap, like I don't know, 100% silk Tommy Bahama or something like that, that's got a really nice design, like I'll still buy it and list it. It's just not my favorite thing to do. So it's one of those things for sure. Robert Graham shirt, good find, Polo says. Jennifer says, I saw. Thanks for Polo for having trouble finding the name of it. So thanks, Polo, for helping out. But yeah, you guys. So yeah, like I said, today didn't quite go as planned, as in what I was going to do, but it still worked out. I'm still, working hard on other avenues as well. That's why it's also really nice to have other avenues, you guys, whether you have eBay, Amazon, merch, Etsy, whatever you're doing. Like, if you can have like a nice collection of places that you're doing stuff, if some things don't go to plan, you can focus on other aspects and make them better too. So like, you guys know, Amazon FBA is like my main focus, but like today, like negative 17 degrees out, I woke up like not happening. I didn't feel that great when I woke up. That means I knew I didn't sleep enough or whatever, or not good enough sleep. And I just knew if I left and went to the cities, like I was not going to be very productive anyway. So I got a little extra sleep and stayed home. But, I had something else I can work on. I can work on my YouTube channel. I can work on Amazon merch and all those things. So that's why it's so important to make sure you have like other things that you can do when things like either go wrong or something just doesn't work out that day. And it's been going good. Sold a couple things on eBay today. I sold another Funko Pop, gold one. If you guys, like I said, if you're in my Patreon, you would have seen me purchase those. This one I'm actually looking at right now. I paid $4 for it, and I sold it for $30. It's a GameStop exclusive gold Batgirl or whatever, and it sold for $30. Lauren says, sounds like a hangover. Just no, I didn't drink at all. I don't really drink too much, you guys. Like especially now with like the kind of diet thing I'm on. Like, I think when I went to Canada, I had like 1 or 2 drinks, but I haven't really had any recently. They just have so much sugar and stuff in them, so I don't drink very much. Not saying anything against it, but I just don't as of right now. But no hangover. I was not drinking. I was making one of our friends drink stuff. Just, I couldn't drink, so I was like, hey, you should drink some. Oh, you should drink some more. But it was pretty funny, and we had a good time with it. But yeah, it was a good time. But yeah, I woke up and just I wasn't ready to go. My mind wasn't there. So like, if you know yourself good enough and you've been doing this a while, you kind of just know when you wake up, like what kind of day it's going to be. And I woke up going like, nope, it ain't happening today, when I like going out negative 17 degrees, driving 2.5 hours, and then trying to focus on thrifting for like 8 hours straight or whatever. So I knew it wasn't going to happen. But I had other things to work on for sure. For sure. No, for sure. Excuse me. For sure. That was coming out of there for some weird reason. Mark says, just a note, I sell more vintage items, and Worth Point is my best investment. You can find sold prices on eBay that goes back years. Very cool. I'm not a big vintage person, Mark, so you should drop some knowledge on us in like the Facebook group or something. It's just like, I'll look at stuff. Like, obviously there's simple things you can do. Like, if you guys are looking at vintage things or old things, just make sure you're looking for some sort of brand, maker's mark, or like model number. So like I'll look at stuff and I'll try my best with that information and look stuff up, but I'm not like super knowledgeable in like certain vintage stuff. But I know a lot of people make a lot of money on it and whatever, but it's just something that doesn't interest me a ton. Like an example of a vintage item that I know just off the top of my head, it's a mason ball jar, and it's like, I think it's number 11, 12, 11. I forget what it is now. It's important, but it's like the blue one, and I think it's 11 or whatever. Sold it for like 40, 50 bucks, whatever, just because the number back then was like, they thought it was what's the best way to say it? They thought it was like cursed, that number was cursed. And so they would break all that certain number. So if you find that number, I think it's 11. It's been a long time since I sold it. It actually is worth quite a bit. It's like the small, like moonshine looking one, but they remake mason ball jars like, oh, 13. Thank you. Sorry, Ashley. 13. Sorry. So, I'm sorry. I told you it was not my very productive day, but 13. Yes, Ashley, you're very right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but I sold a number 13 blue mason ball jar. On the bottom, it'll say 13. And it was like, not like the bigger one. It was like the littler one that they used to put moonshine in all the time. And they used to break every one of them because it was unlucky. And when they're going over the border or they're going to sell it, they would have bad luck. So they would break it. And then, so there's not as many of them now. So if you can find a good vintage version or vintage one and like blue or something, like I put mine on auction because I didn't believe it. This is like a long time ago. I didn't believe it. And it just kept going up and up and up. Yeah, I think it was like 60, 70 bucks, somewhere around there. It was really high for this little jar I found at some random thrift store for like, I think it was $1 or 50 cents or something like that. So make sure you look out for those. And there's like other ones. There's like purple ones. Not like necessarily like that size, but they make like purple, green, like those colors are actually pretty rare when you're like looking at certain mason jars and stuff like that, or mason ball jars. So if you're ever out in a thrift store or garage sale and you see some of those, like a lot of them aren't going to be worth anything, but make sure you're looking at for colors and like the number 13 for sure. Ashley, thanks for the help on that one. Let's see. Mark says, for me, I like vintage because my thrift stores around me price new items top dollar and overlook the older items. Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing to bring up, Mark. Like, you got to do what your area provides for you. Like, if all your stuff is top dollar, it's either you don't buy anything or you learn a different, area, different information. So yeah, if all the brand new stuff's priced too high, you can't make any money on it, what do you do? Just go home? Or do you learn some clothing? Or do you learn vintage stuff? So yeah, you got to be adaptable. You got to be willing to figure out what your area provides and really work on it that way. So yeah, that's a good thing to bring up, Mark, for sure. Lauren says, I like vintage stuff too, when she can find it. Yeah, I mean, it sells good. Like, I'm not knocking it at all. Like, there's a lot of money in vintage stuff, antique stuff, for sure. Like my town that I just whistled, my town that I live in has like 100 stores, vintage stores or whatever, one of those stores, and they have like a bunch of different ones. They've been closing one or two lately, just they can't keep up. There's not enough tourists coming or whatever. But like, I'll go in there randomly just for fun to look around so I can like get some knowledge on what to look out for when I am looking for vintage stuff, or if I'm not finding anything and I start looking at the vintage stuff. So I'll do a little research that way and look at that stuff. So, and that's a good tip for you guys. If you don't know much about vintage, I don't know a lot about it. I'll just go into a thrift store or a vintage store or whatever, and I'll just start looking at stuff. I'm not going to buy anything. I want to look at it, learn something, and I can think it's cool and everything. And they don't care. I mean, just be careful not to pick things up and break the glass and whatever else, normal people in the store stuff. But yeah, I'll go in there just looking around and I'll still look to see, because sometimes people have like, board games that are vintage, new, stuff like that. So sometimes you can find stuff to resell, but most times it's pretty pricey or whatever. But I'll just look in there and try to learn something. So when I'm out, if I find something, I can resell it. So make sure you guys are doing that research, going into places, especially if you don't know anything about it. Like me, I don't know a ton about vintage stuff, but I'll go in there when I have some free time and look around. That's all you got to do. And even if you don't like know or remember everything, like if you can just like remember sort of what it looked like. So when you're like going through the thrift store and you're like, that looks familiar. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to look it up. And then you can look it up. Just make things familiar to you and it'll help you out for sure. And find more items 100%. But yeah, cool. What else we got? What else you guys sell anything today? Let me know if you sold something cool, what you bought it for, what you sold it for. How is your day going? I'm guessing some of you guys live where it's warm, so you suck. No, I'm just kidding. But just tell me a little bit how's your day going? How's it going for you guys? I always like to ask you guys because I like to hear other people in the same sort of position we are in the reselling world, and I just like to see what their mindset is, and if they're happy about it, is there anything we can help you with, anything like that. So go ahead and get that in the chat right now. I'm gonna say hi. I always just like to make sure my chat's working on my end as well. So go ahead and drop something in there. Okay, Lauren said, I did a ton of sourcing earlier today. She spent $600. Way to go. On how many items did you buy? Was it all really good name brand stuff? Was it clothes? Was it a mix of clothes and electronics or what? I'm curious to know. Ashley says, I spent the day at the doctor's office, so no sourcing me. Well, I hope everything's okay, Ashley, and you're doing well, and you can get out sourcing tomorrow or the next day whenever you get time. So hopefully you're doing well. What else? What else are you guys doing? What's going on? How's things? Polo, how's life going? Polo, let me know, Polo, if you're still in here watching how things are going. Alexander Hamilton, what is up? I really hope that's your name. Like, I really hope it. That's awesome. I like that name. That's cool. Lauren says, I purchased about 550 things, maybe a little bit more than that. Very cool. So you must have been at some dollar day kind of deal you had going on, Lauren. If everything you spent only about 600 and got about 550 items. Very, very cool. Awesome. Let's see. And is it mostly clothes, Lauren? And Mark says, I live in a golf and tennis city now and need to learn more about it. I just sold 3 tennis rackets, paid $9 for 3, or $9 for 3, sold all 3 for 120 gross. Very cool. Nice. Yeah. There's money in like vintage rackets and older rackets or even new rackets. I try to look like a little bit. Like, we're not a huge area for that, especially since half our year is the worst cold feeling ever. But we do have a lot of tennis courts and stuff. So like I try to do like the generic search, where I'm like tennis racket, brand, vintage, blah, 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 blah. And I try to find, I think I've sold like 1, 2, maybe, like some Wilson ones, not high dollar stuff, just like decent sales that I got for like $1 or so somewhere. And I made a little bit of money off of it. But yeah, you guys, if you don't know something about it, just look it up. Just type in the model number. It's not too hard for sure. Ashley says, 6 kiddo, hoping to get out next week when it's warmer. I hope it just gets warmer completely. But yeah, I know how that happens. Yeah, definitely. That's what's so nice about doing this reselling stuff is you're a little bit flexible and you can take the kids to school, the doctor, all that stuff. So hopefully that's what you're kind of going with, and hopefully it's working good. So hopefully the kid's feeling well and will get better soon. Aaron says, my name is better than Alex's. All right. Cool. Let's see. So Lauren purchased all clothing, shoes, handbags, etc. today. Very, very cool. Aaron and Alexander are having a little feud in here, but that's all right. Polo says, unfortunately, I've been at the hospital since Thursday, got influenza, hoping to be discharged tomorrow. Damn it, Polo, get better. Everyone, we need some good vibes for Polo. We need good vibes for Ashley and her kid. Get some good vibes in there for sure. Polo, sorry to hear that. Hopefully you get better. Polo, I actually ordered something from China, from Alibaba the other day that I'm gonna just a little test run. It's not nothing expensive, nothing that I think is gonna be like a crazy good seller, but about like 30 of an item that I'm gonna try to private label just a little bit. We're gonna see how it goes, and hopefully that works out. But it was just really kind of random. I just wanted to give it a shot. It was like, you know, $2 an item, so you know, whatever. We're gonna see what happens. But anyway, all right. Why we got these weird fight? Like, come on, you guys. Let's not. Let me go ahead and just fix a couple things here in the chat. There we go. Now we're thinking. Had to get some trolls out of here, but that's all right. Gotta love the trolls. They're a good time some of the time. So you're welcome, Polo. Thanks. Like I said, it was one of those things that like I just kind of just went for it. And that's not necessarily the best thing to do, but it wasn't a very expensive item, and I have like a secondary market I could get rid of it at if I needed to. So it was just really just random. Like, I don't care. Today I'm gonna go for it. Made a listing for it. Just waiting for it to show up. It's shipped already, I believe. So it's probably only gonna take like a few days. They say 9 to 25 days, whatever. But it seems like a good company. They've been around for I think 10 years. So it went really smooth. It was just something I could purchase right away. I didn't have to like contact them, and the listing only had like one or two competition wise of this sort of listing. But like they were getting like a few hundreds, like I think it was like close to 200 sales a month, and like there was like nobody else. So I'm like, I'll give it a shot. So like profit after each item was like $10 with shipping and everything and Amazon fee. So we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see. We'll see what happens. I don't know, but I just wanted to try it. So Mark says Bolo tennis twist ball machine are common. Sold about 3 of these, net 100 to 200 each. Very cool. Awesome, Mark. Let's see. Dude, we got some cool trolls in here tonight. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I kind of feel bad blocking them, but like they're good trolls. I'm not gonna lie. Ashley says at least they were creative trolls. They really are, Ashley. I like them. Like, I kind of feel bad blocking them, but I want to read your guys' comments. But there's some good. If you guys are still watching, or gals, and you're the trolls in here, like I think you guys are pretty good trolls tonight. I like it. I definitely like it for sure. Yes, Lauren. Hopefully that doesn't inspire them to turn that way. For sure. Jennifer says another president. Yes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's one of the better ones I've seen in my feed before, is some president trolls and stuff. So I like it. You guys did well, you trolls. Not all trolls are bad, guys. Not all trolls are bad. Some are pretty funny, and they were pretty funny for sure. But anyway, I just keep thinking about that's some good trolls. I'm sorry I kicked you guys out, but that's some good trolls. But anyway, what's going on? What's up? Give me something that's the trolling president. Yeah. You know, you guys are pretty good. The trolling president. You guys are pretty good tonight. Like I said, if you guys are good and clean, like I don't mind you too much. Just if you guys have a question about reselling or Amazon, eBay, or merch or anything, go ahead and ask it. You guys are presidents that are no longer around, but I can't hate on you. You guys are pretty good, and you guys are clean and not bad at all. So thank you for the little fun, for sure. But let's get out of here a little bit. Though you guys had a little fun. If you guys want to stick around, that's fine. It's whatever. But very funny. You guys gave me some entertainment. Thank you for that. But anyway, you guys got to hit that like button. What are you guys doing? Hit that like button. Come on now. 4 likes. We got a bunch of people in here. Use that finger, hit that like button, spike the like button. Help me out for sure. Susan says, shoot, I ran to the kitchen and missed the good stuff. Oh, Susan, what were you thinking? Running to the kitchen? What were you getting? A drink, a sandwich? What were you doing in the kitchen that was more important? Just wonder. Mark says like and share. Absolutely, Mark. way to get that information. If you guys want to like and share this video, I would appreciate it. Get some people in here. You guys ask questions. If you got a question, you want to know something, whether it's eBay, Amazon, merch, online business, lifestyle, anything you guys want to discuss or talk about, get those questions and those comments into the live chat, because I want to hear from you guys. I want to talk with you guys and go over some stuff for sure. Also, I guess if you guys are not in the Facebook group, that is in the comments down below, so make sure you the description down below, make sure you guys checked out the Facebook group. Also, you guys make sure you check out that Patreon Patreon, if you guys want to get in there. You'll get some early access to some videos. You'll get early access to some weird behind the scene pictures, things like that. So make sure you guys go ahead and get in there as well. It really helps me out as a content creator, but I won't talk about it too much. Susan said, I had to get the cookies out of the oven. Man, you're going to send me some? I can't eat them, but I'll take some. I'll just smell them. Smell the cookies. But I understand. You got to save the cookies. Save the cookies, Susan. I understand it. My question is, where do you work? How much you earn? What age are you? So I'm 26, and I am my own person, as in business-wise. I sell on eBay, Amazon, and Amazon merch. I do YouTube. I do a bunch of different things for sure. So a lot of different things on the internet. Well, thank you for, I don't know if I banned you or not. I hope I didn't ban you. I try not to ban people, but anyway, well, if you liked and subbed, I appreciate it anyway. But yeah, Jennifer, trolls for sure. They're in high demand, it seems like. What do you sell there? Lots of different stuff. Jones, if you check out my channel, I show you guys, like 5 items I sold on Amazon, 5 items I sold on eBay, a bunch of different stuff that you guys can learn from and take that information and go find that kind of stuff, like Polaroid cameras, electronics, Funko Pop toys, sealed board games, a lot of different things. I don't just do one type of item. I'm a little all over the place with what I sell, and I like it that way. It gives me a broad market to look for, especially when I'm garage selling, thrift stores, stuff like that. It just gives you this huge net to cast, and you can get more items. So for sure. Anyway, any other questions? Let's get some more questions. Anything you guys want to talk about? What kind of cookies were they, Susan? Like, you got me thinking about cookies. Like, I haven't had a cookie in probably like 6 months. I haven't had like sugar. Well, I haven't had a cookie. I'll put it that way. I did have something when I was in Canada. I had some cake that was really good, but sometimes I really miss having some cookies and milk. Woo. But anyway, what kind of cookies? Walker says, how do you check Polaroids to see if they work, or do you sell them untested? So there's a couple different ways you can do it. Like, you're never going to fully 100% test it unless you have the battery pack with the film in it and that it's working proper. Like, you actually have good film in it. So what I do is I save the battery packs without any film in them, and I keep them because that's where they store the batteries, and that's how they turn on, like for the 600 Polaroid cameras. So I save them when I find them that have battery still in them, and I'll put them in and test all the functions for the most part, except for the actual film transfer and the printout of the Polaroid picture. And I state that in all my listings, saying like, hey, I checked the functionality of the Polaroid. Everything seems to be working. I did not have, I was not able to test 100% with film, but it still functioned with the battery pack, flash, all that stuff. So, I state all that stuff, and it seems to be pretty much like I get close to value or the same value as someone that said fully tested. So as long as you put that stuff in there and you do that test, like a lot of times you'll get full value and full markup as somebody that says tested or whatever. So for sure. Kevin says, good to see you live. I've been learning a lot from your videos. Well, thanks, Kevin. Thank you for that. Thank you for jumping in here. Hopefully you guys are all subscribed, so you guys will get notifications when I go live just like this. And hey, Kevin, if you got any questions, anything you want to ask, go ahead and get that in the feed. That's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for. That's what these videos, that's what I really like about these live shows. I get to interact with you guys more on a personal level, and I'm not just, talking at you. It's kind of a fun experience, and makes a good community for sure. So you are a seller. What's your degree? No degree, sir or ma'am, whatever. No degree. Don't have any. I mean, I went to college. I basically almost had my AA degree, but I got screwed on some credits. My fault, not whatever. They changed some of the stuff, and I wasn't aware of it. But yeah, I mean, I went to school, and I never really found what I liked or what I wanted to do. I've always liked selling or treasure hunting or all that kind of stuff. So that's where it came from, and that's kind of what transitioned me to do this. And so yeah, no degree, just a hardworking guy, I guess you could say. Lauren says, I love sugar and caffeine. Resellers diet. Caffeine and coffee, yes, but I use stevia and whole whipping cream. Susan says, sorry, oatmeal. I use applesauce and low amount of sugar. Will send when your diet is over. All right. I'll hold you to it, Susan. I'll hold you to that for sure. Susan says, Lauren, I got the Q410. So much sourcing. I need to start cutting back and get back to walking. I got what you're saying. Yeah. Do you have a car? Yes, I have. Well, I have a van, actually. Don't make fun of my van, you guys. I do have a van, but it works really, really well for sourcing. It's a town and country where the seats go right down into the floor. Amazing. And like I have buttons that will open the doors from like where I'm, like if I'm walking, I can open the side doors, both of them, or the back hatch. I highly recommend it. Very, very nice. I really, 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 really like it for sure. Make sure you guys hit that like button too while we're in here for sure. Get in that like button for sure. Jones says, share your thoughts on degrees. Nothing against them. I just don't have one. That's just my opinion. I think certain things you need degrees, obviously. Like you can't be a surgeon or a certain kind of surgeon without practice or, you know, learning in a college setting or clinicals, you know, stuff like that. But other things like reselling, I learned everything from YouTube school or online or from other people. So when it comes to like reselling, do I think a degree could help? Yeah, I think it could. Do I think it's necessary? I don't. So that's kind of my opinion on it. Like the internet is so vast and so much knowledge on the internet. Like you can learn so many different things where school, as in like college, certain things, yes, you need, but certain things I don't think you need to go to college for, but you still need to learn. So that's just my opinion on that. Lauren says, I have 3/4 of a degree. Yeah, there you go. That's what I got too. I wanted to pay cash for mine. That's why I didn't finish it. I have nothing against that, Lauren. Get that cash and spend it how you want to. Van is a premium car, dude. It depends the year, LOL. I think mine's a 2005, so not like really new, but it works really good. I really like it. Drives really well, and like I said, that having those seats just go poof, right into the floor and basically turns into a cargo van, like that is amazing. I think it's awesome for sure. Very, very good. The van sounds like the perfect sourcing mobile. Yeah, it's really, really nice, you guys. Like now that it's gonna sound weird, but it's not the first time I've had a van. And before I even started reselling, like one of my first vehicles when I got my license, I think I got a $500 van or something like that. And then I got another one later, and then I went away from vans for a while and now I'm back to it. So it's whatever. I like it for sure. They're really good. They're really, really good vehicles. And you know, everyone makes fun of a van until someone needs to move or someone needs to carry 5-6 people to a concert or something. Then they're like, man, who do we know that's got a van? And you know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm saying. But anyway, Kevin says, what is your best method of shipping heavy items? Well, you really just got to search, like, depending on, you know, UPS, if you can fit it in a flat rate medium box. Like, there's a bunch of different variations to that, Kevin. So let's see. If it's something that can fit into a medium flat rate box for USPS, that's like $13. So like that's really not that bad. But if you're shipping, like I've shipped like 50, 60-pound boxes of like a video game lot with UPS that was going somewhere in Minnesota. So in my same state, that was like $20. So you really just kind of have to just pick and choose, because it depends on so many different factors, like where it's going, where it's going, how much exactly does it weigh, how big it is, what can you fit in a priority box, and there's a lot of different factors. So you really actually have to kind of just pick and choose for that stuff. So for me, I use the medium flat rate boxes all the time, just because I think they're easy. They work good. They ship fast. Customer likes them. So that's kind of my opinion on that. But if I'm shipping 50, 60, 70 pounds, I'm using normally UPS or something like that. So FedEx is good too. So you really just kind of have to check per item, per area, and what you prefer. So I don't know if that answers your question. I kind of gave you not a runaround, but it's kind of one of those answers that is per item. And I kind of hope you think, yeah, and insured for sure. Yeah. I mean, and things that are insured, like with priority mail, you get like at least $50 unless you state whatever. And there's some other cool stuff you can do with it as well. Ashley says, I have a master's degree and don't use it at all. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying nothing. I know people, like I know a guy that's got his degree in robotics, can't get a job. Can't get a job anywhere. He's got to either like move out of state or out of country or whatever to get a job in robotics. I thought that was crazy. I'm like, what? But yeah, it's crazy, crazy, crazy. Elizabeth, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for jumping in here. Make sure you hit that like button, Elizabeth. You guys, we got like 13 people in here, only 7 likes. What are you guys doing? Let's get that like button going. And if you guys have already hit the like button, thank you so much for doing that. Polo says YouTube University, self-paced and free. Yes, I agree with that, Polo, 100%. I love YouTube. You learn so much, and like I hope you guys are learning from me at some points. Either you're having fun, you're learning something, or had some time to kill, whatever. I appreciate you guys being here. But that's the thing, like I learned everything about reselling from online, on YouTube, from people I met, and networking and talking with people. So like for me, like that's kind of what I hope for you guys. If you're here, you're either gonna have some fun and hang out, have a good time, you're gonna learn something and I can help you in some way, or you're going to meet somebody that can help you and get to where you want to go. And I hope that's what this community is for you guys as well. So, dude, 2005 still new. Yeah, it's new enough. I'm one of these people, guys, that like a lot of people don't realize that when you buy like a new car, like there's a lot of things that can go wrong too. Like, I don't put a lot of stock or value in vehicles. Like I pay to make sure they're good running vehicles. And like mechanically they're good, but like cosmetically, I'm not as a pickler on. Like I want a nice car, of course, right? But if it's nice, dependable car that just looks not as great for $8,000-9,000 cheaper than this one that just looks pretty, I'm going with the cheaper one because it's gonna work just fine and work good. So that's my opinion. I think just cars in general are a terrible investment unless they're super collectible. Yada, yada, yada. That's just my opinion. Just saying. I have a car without a bank loan. It's been clever. So much people out there, the brand new cars. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it just depends, you guys. Like it's whatever your lifestyle you want or what you can afford or what your opinion is on it. So some people just want to get a nice, dependable car that they feel good in, look good in, and whatever. And I got nothing against that. Like if you can afford it, I could care less. But it's the people that can't afford it and still purchase a car like that where I'm like, what are you doing? You can't afford that. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm saying when it comes to that. And I just, like I said, I don't think cars are great investments anyway. Yeah, I don't do, no. I don't like payments on things, and I don't like payments on cars for sure. Polo says town and country van equals ideal and perfect thrift mobile. Yeah, it's great, Polo, for sure. Like I love the thing. Like I had a smaller car that I was using before. It worked, but it was nowhere near as nice as the town and country. Like just opening the doors and there's just all this room in there, and I could just stack, all the stuff that I'm buying on there. Or like other things, like if I'm gonna go, I don't know, camping or something, like I could technically sleep in the back there if I wanted to, instead of having a tent going or something like that. It's so versatile. It's really, really nice for sure. Elizabeth says, totally agree. Avid YouTuber here. Yeah, for sure. Lauren says most people lease a car and pretend to be rich. Yeah, like I said, it's whatever your opinion is. I don't want you guys to think I'm knocking anyone for buying a nice car or doing whatever. Like I said, if they can afford it and they can pay for it, I go ahead. I don't care. But it's the people that can't afford it, or they buy it for the wrong reasons or whatever, and then they go into debt and that kind of stuff. That's where I'm like, come on, really? You know what I mean? That's just my thing. Lauren says smart people pay cash for their car. I don't do payments on cars, guys. I don't like, and I don't think you need a really expensive car either. You can get a really good, dependable car that's going to last you, at least quite a few years for like $2,000 or something like that. That's my opinion. Like $2,000-$3,000, you can get a really nice vehicle that's going to last a long time, and it's not going to be flashy. It's not going to look the best. It's going to be a little older. It's not going to have all the fancy features, but it's going to give you everything you need. You need to get somewhere. It's going to take you. You're going to need to fill it up with merchandise. It's going to do that, and that's just my opinion. But you guys, I don't want to nag on anyone. Like do you guys, like, if you can afford it. Like if I was a millionaire or something like that, I would probably buy me a really fancy car, but I had the money to spend on it and I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like there's differences for people and different aspects in different areas of their life, and I hope you guys can kind of understand that and realize what I'm saying. There's a difference of what between people that can afford it and the people that can't and they try to. I think I got that across, hopefully. Ashley says it won't help with sourcing and all of that, but if you want to learn things for free / cheap, Coursera has courses you can take. They get actual professors to teach them. Very cool. I know they have accounting / bookkeeping classes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's anything you can learn online, like from YouTube. I don't know, but I wouldn't know. I haven't taken any of the courses from Coursera. Kevin says, the reason I'm asking about heavy item shipping is because I'm not familiar with international shipping rates for large, heavy items. Well, I don't ship anything really heavy internationally unless it's going through eBay's global shipping program. That's the only time I really ship out of the country is with global shipping program, and they do it for you. So, Kevin, if I'm not sure where you sold it or how you sold it or on what website, but I can't answer that. I don't know unless you did it through eBay. For me, I do all my international shipping through eBay, and they figure it out. They charge the people, and I just ship it somewhere in the U.S., and they do it from there. So I wish if anyone's in the chat that knows a little bit more about just shipping international, just if someone, I don't know, like a different website or on a Facebook thing or whatever, maybe you can help Kevin out and give him a little bit of information. I wish I knew, but I'm not going to pretend I know something I don't really, but Kevin, I'm sorry I don't have that answer, but let me know if you're going through eBay or something. If you're going through eBay, you should just be on the global shipping program, and they should just be able to figure all that information out for you. It should literally just come in like a regular sale, and you basically do everything except for one extra screen on the eBay payment thing that you're just saying this is going out of country. Yep, click, and then you ship it like normal. So that's my information I give on that. Polo says I have a pickup truck and I have the space to carry around, but not ideal when the weather is bad. Exactly. Yeah, Polo. I don't have a truck. I want to get one just for certain things. Like if I ever were to think about doing storage lockers or furniture or things like that. So I would like to have one. I just haven't had a need for one yet. So I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, if you don't have a topper, or maybe look at getting a topper. They're not as cool looking, Polo, I know, but getting a topper or getting something on there so you can at least use it in the rain or snow or whatever. Mark says lease is good for expensive cars since a out of warranty car repairs are sky high. It depends though, Mark. Like, I mean, like for my town and country, there's so many of them, and like parts are so cheap. If I needed something fixed, like it depends on what kind of car. Like if it's an expensive car that's out of date or out of lease or not on a lease or out of warranty, yeah. But if it's like a town and country or I don't know, some other car that there's thousands, millions of them made and still out there today, like then it would be different because the pricing would be way down because there's so many available. You know what I mean? Polo says, question, is everyone ready to file their taxes? No, I mean, I'm pretty ready. I just have to go to the tax guy that I use and write a stupid check. Like I'm not paying quarterly or anything. So it's a big chunk of money at the end of the day and it sucks, but it's like, you got to do it. You got to pay your taxes. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. But you got to do it. You got to just do what you got to do and pay the taxes and get over it, Polo. Yes, I'm not looking forward to it, but that's just part of the game, part of the business, and hopefully you guys are prepared. I'm pretty much prepared. I have to do a couple things and go to the tax guy and then wait until he's done, and then I will write a stupid check that really, really sucks. So let's see what we got here. Kevin says, do you have a basic eBay store to ship with eBay? I think I have the lowest tier store in eBay just because I don't have a crazy amount of items, like anywhere from like 50, 60 to 100 normally is my normal amount because I sell through things pretty quickly. And you get your shipping credits. You get whatever one gives you the shipping credits. I think you get at the lowest tier too, but you basically make all your money back in a way because they give you like $25 a month or $25 a quarter, and you basically get your money, a good portion of your money back. So it's not necessarily a bad thing to get the lowest tier store since you're getting that every quarter, and like if you're buying tape or something like that, you can get value out of it. So it ends up being cheaper, like not as expensive as you think it's going to be because you get some pluses into that. So the equation will actually go down in price. So if you're paying, I don't even remember what it is, like $100 for the year or whatever it is, and you get $100, or close to $100 in quarterly coupons to use for shipping materials, then it really is like you're paying $25 for the year. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not exactly, that's not 100% accurate, but it will help you decide if it's worth it to you to get a store or not. Polo says, I think I'm ready. LOL, planning to meet with my CPA the coming week. Yeah, I got to do it too. Polo, why do you got to bring this up? You got to make me look at it and go, it's coming up. It's part of the business, guys. It's part of the thing. It's just, it sucks. It does kind of suck, especially when I don't pay quarterly. I probably should. Maybe I'll look into it this year. I was going to say this next year, but this year, but we'll go through it and we'll figure it out. Just because like the end of the year when you're writing a big check and it's just gone, you're like, I plan accordingly. I have like a different savings account that I put money in each month to help combat the big amount that I pay at the end or whatever, but it's whatever for sure. Let's see. Susan says quarterly. I got to look into that. I might have to do that. Alice, she says, I only sold a little this past year. Most of it was stuff around the house. I will have to find a CPA soon. Yeah, just find someone. Make sure you check them out. Make sure they do a good job. And you can't really know until you actually do the experience with them. But look at reviews. Try to find someone good and local, or someone that you can go to and like literally call or stop by. Because some people do things like with people online and like they got to send all the information. Like it's just, I don't like it so much. I like to actually know the person, look them in the eyes and shake their hand and stop in like, hey, what's taking so long? Or, that kind of stuff. And the guy I have, he charges me not too much. So it's pretty nice. Like, I think he does all my stuff for like $150 or something like that. So it's pretty nice. At least that's what he did last year. Hopefully he doesn't go up, for sure. But yeah, you guys had some good questions. Thank you so much for all those questions. We're about at the 50-minute mark, so we got about 10 minutes left before I get out of here. I'm gonna make some dinner and do some more work and all that stuff. So, but you guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys hanging out for sure. You guys are awesome, coming up with some good questions, and I have a really good time with it. I hope you guys have a good time with it. If we're learning stuff, we're just communicating, just expressing any feelings either is really nice to do with people that are like-minded. So I hope you guys appreciate this channel and these live shows for those reasons. Like I can't express how like nice it is to talk to people that like know what's going on, or like they understand reselling. They understand when you get a return. They understand when you got to ship something, you know, like when I talk to like my family, they're like, oh, that's cool. You know, or they want to know more about it, but they just, you can see where it doesn't quite click. So it's nice talking to you guys that have a little better understanding. It's nice. Polo says, have a good night, everyone. Don't leave, Polo. Don't leave me, Polo. Just kidding. Hey, Polo, you said you're at the hospital, so hopefully you're doing, will do much better, getting better. Tell those damn doctors to fix you. I'm just saying. They got to give you some antibiotics. They got to give you some good stuff. Whatever they got to do to make you feel better, Polo, hopefully they'll do that for you, and you're feeling better as well. So thanks for stopping in, Polo. I'll see you later if you're jumping out of this live video. See you later, Polo. Let's see what we got here. I normally do it myself, but it will be far more complicated with eBay stuff this year. Yeah, actually, anything you like, that's kind of how it goes. Like, especially when you're new, like jumping into reselling and stuff. Like, it's kind of like a whirlwind at first. Like for me, when I jumped into Amazon, like I kind of was like, oh, it's gonna be kind of like eBay or something, you know, where it's kind of slow, you know, or slower and whatever. But then I jumped in, I was like things are selling. I was sending stuff in, more selling. And the next thing I know, I'm like, oh, I got to pay taxes on this. And I'm not ready. So this is a good little wake up call for you, Ashley, that you got to go, okay, yeah, I've really got to get things in order each month, write down my expenses, the cost, all that stuff. Like now is the time where you understand, like, okay, this is when I really got to get down to business with the books, and especially starting this year off. So make sure you're really getting into that. But yeah, it was the same way where I was like, I'm not going to sell enough. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go. And the next thing I know, I'm like, oh crap, I really got to start getting all the receipts and getting it all together. I got to, pay taxes on this. And if you're not ready for it, it will catch you off guard. So make sure you guys are really keeping track of everything for sure. If you sell items below the 200 item to 20,000 threshold, do you have to report it on your taxes if you don't receive the tax statement from eBay or PayPal? You know, Kevin, I am not a tax expert. Okay, I cannot tell 100% what you're supposed to do. You know, things differ by states, different things. So that's what a good question for sure. You just ask a CPA or ask a tax professional. A lot of times they can give you a free consultation, and you can just ask them. And I think it matters depending on where you live and different things. So I don't want to answer that 100%, but I know that I just know that like Amazon, eBay, and them, they will not report it. Because once you go over that, they'll actually send that information, report it to the IRS and stuff. But I don't know necessarily what happens before that. So I don't know. I always just because I wanted to start off good and I don't know, straight and whatever. I don't know what the allowed amount to get away with is or whatever. So I don't want to answer that because there's so many variables and where you live, what kind of business, certain setups and stuff. So I would just really, really highly recommend you contact a CPA or you contact a tax professional and just get a free consultation. That's all you got to do. You don't got to pay for anything. Just get something free and just ask them. A lot of times if you just give them a phone call, they'll want your business. So they'll kind of give you some of the information before you actually go in. So just give some calls around, figure that out. But yeah, it really just depends on certain aspects. So I don't want to tell you something wrong and then you get in trouble. So I want you just to make sure you actually call and talk to a real professional when it comes to taxes. Like I said, I just go to the guy that I have. He's a tax guy in my town, and I just lay it out for him, and he kind of goes from there. So I'm not an expert. So just make sure you call someone or or get that information, because you don't want that knock on the door or the phone call going like, hi, this is the IRS, where's my money? You know what I mean? So just make sure you really do that due diligence and figure that out. Donna, you're late. You're a little late. She's like, Donna's like, I'm a little late. Hi. It's like, we're 54 minutes in. Donna, you're a little late. You're a lot late. But Donna, thank you so much for coming in here. Make sure you hit that like button for me as well. I appreciate you still coming in. We got a couple minutes left before I get out of here. So Donna, thank you so much for jumping in here. Ashley says, Kevin, you are supposed to report any income you have. Well, there you go. That's what Ashley says. So I'm guessing that's pretty true. But like I said, I don't want to give you wrong information, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to as well. So make sure you contact that CPA for sure. Jennifer says, what's up, Donna? Actually, she said hi, but I said, what's up, Donna? What's going on? You guys, we're right at the end mark. We're at the end mark of the show. So if you guys got any quick questions or anything you want to discuss really quick, get them into the chat, the comments, the feed, and I'll try to answer them before I go ahead and get that shameless plug of wind down and all that stuff. So if you guys got something quick you guys wanted to discuss or talk about, or really wanted to get off your chest or anything like that, go ahead and get that. Ashley says the feds want the money. You're not wrong, Ashley. You're not wrong. You are definitely not wrong. It's just it sucks a little bit where like it goes to good places. We have to just trust it, but we're also like, where does this money really go? But I don't really want to go into the conspiracy theory of where our tax money goes, because they supposedly tell us where it goes, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. It's something that it doesn't matter. You have to pay it. Like, you can try not to pay it, but you're going to pay for it in some way. Either that's jail, prison, or fines or whatever. So you might as well just rip the Band-Aid off, get it over with, and just pay the taxes like you're supposed to. So it sucks. You just have to blindly trust the system a little bit and do whatever. If you want different taxes, guys, make sure you know who you're voting for and what their policies are going to be and things like that. So that's where I'm going to leave that. But we're not going to get into politics. We're not going to get into that. But that's just my only little piece of information. Boop, right there. So, but yeah, you guys got it. We all got to do it. It's whatever. Donna says, a great present the kids gave me was a gigantic new mailbox for all my big packages. Love it. Donna, that's awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah, I want a bigger mailbox, but I live in an apartment right now, so like I don't know if they'll be like, hey, stop taking your mailbox down and putting a new one. But when I get a different place or a house or something, I'm going to get a really nice big one, and so I can shove a bunch of stuff in there so people can pick up and do whatever for sure. So yeah, Donna, awesome. That's cool. That's very, very cool that you got that for sure. But you guys, like I said, if we got any more questions coming through, go ahead and throw them in there really quickly before I get out of here. I'll go ahead and through the shameless plug here. They want that garage sell money. They want that garage sell money. I'm not sure. Anyway, but you guys, if you guys are not in this Facebook group, why aren't you in my Facebook group? All you got to do is click and apply for it or whatever, or request approval for it, and I'll go ahead and prove you. I just put that in the comments. So if you guys are new here, also make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. I'll know if you subscribed, you guys. It tells me if you subscribed or not if you're new. So make sure you guys subscribe. Get in that Facebook group. It's free. You just gotta join, and I'll approve you. You guys can hang out in that community, talk, have questions. Want to share something you sold, something that you bought, anything like that, make sure you get in that Facebook group and let us know some cool things in there as well. My Twitter's in the description. I don't use it a lot, but it's there. Let's see. There's a P.O. box in the description below as well if you guys want to send something, or you want to send an item for the challenge video. If you find something weird, but it's got to be appropriate and legal to sell. If you want to send it to me and I try to sell it, we make some videos out of it and have a good time with it. The P.O. box is down there below. But understand that once you send it, to me is no longer your item. It's mine to do with whatever I choose to do with. But a good example is if you find a bowling trophy with a gremlin on it, you know, something really weird like that, and you want to have me try to sell it, you can send it to that P.O. box for sure, and we'll make some fun stuff out of it as well. Let me get this in here. Copy that. Donna says I'm going to post a big picture of the mailbox in the Facebook group. Very cool. I'd love to see it for sure. Also, guys, lastly, before you guys all jump out of here, if you guys want to support me, support this channel, help me out, whether it's just content. You guys like what I'm doing here and you want to support me, you guys can join the Patreon, which is in the live chat right now. Right now, you just $1 a month or whatever, and you're going to get behind the scene pictures. You're going to get some videos before anybody else. And it's just a fun little thing where I can give back to you guys for being a patron for $1 a month or whatever. So really, really cool. I really do appreciate it. You guys don't understand how much it helps and how much it really does affect me and help me to do better content. So if you guys want to get in there, I really would appreciate it. And you guys don't understand, like, only Patreons will get that information and that stuff. Like, if you're in Patreon, only the people in that Patreon can see the stuff I'm posting and things like that. So super important if you guys want to get in there as well. But that's it, you guys. That's all I got for you today. I really do appreciate you guys coming to hang out. Thank you for all your comments, your questions, things you guys want to talk about. It really is fun for me. I hope you guys had a good time. If you guys had a good time and enjoyed this, make sure you guys hit that like button. I really would appreciate you guys hitting that like button. And if you guys are new and have not been here before, not seen a live show before, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, so when I go live just like this, you'll get notified. You come hang out again, and if you got questions, you can ask them and I can try to help you out. But you guys, that is all I got for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you guys on the next one. Get in that Patreon, and I'll see you guys later. Pocket Profit out.